Hello everyone and crafty good morning to you. This is your scrappy mocha diva, Monica, and I am here with 5 quick tips. That's right, 5 quick tips. And you know what? I'm going to throw in a bonus tip if you stay to the last minute of this video. And let's jump right in. So this is to help you to be able to utilize things in your stash. In my scrapbook circles, I am known as the queen of embellishment. So I love all of my little additives and I love buying all the pretty glitzy stuff. Sometimes I wonder if I'm actually a scrapbooker or a hoarder. So I have determined that I'm going to use things in my stash. So tip number 1. I am using letters in my stash that I've had for years. So this is a sticker set from Thickers. It's called Roller Ink. I love the pretty glittery shimmery style of it, but it was just too stark white for my layout. I'm going with that kind of aqua and pink look, so I took my Copic markers in light colors. Again, I'm not trying to be matchy, but you just want something that's going to give you a similar color. This is your RV 55 in Hollyhock and BG 13 in mint green, and I use the chisel edge to go over and just color the letters. The shininess and the glitter still kind of pops through, and that's a great thing. So that's tip number 1. Use the letters that you have and then color them with your alcohol inks or other markers that you might have. Tip number 2, you will see, and sorry about the glare, but go through your stash and see what type of pocket protectors that you actually have. This one is a gatefold, and I've had it again for years. It came in a kind of stash that had a lot of different type of pocket protectors in it. So I had a lot of pictures. I take tons of pictures, and on this one I wanted to make sure that I was able to do 4 layouts. As you can see, we have this here under here. I'll show you. When you open it up, it will gatefold out into the ticket please, which I did another tip on. I'll link that video below. And then we'll also have a middle sheet here where I can put even more of the pictures. So all in total, I'm probably going to be able to use at least 10 to 12 pictures to tie all 3 of these together. And it's a cool way to use things that are already in your stash. Just in case you're wondering, I'm still using that Winter Wonderland by Pebbles as my page there, and it is Cup of Cocoa 773015 is the actual paper that I'm using, which is cool because then on the back side of it, I forgot about that. On the back side of it, when you flip the entire gatefold over, you still have a complete different page back here, and this will be another set of pictures from the layout from the Polar Express that we got our hot chocolate and our cups of cocoa while we were on the train. So bringing this back into, I'm going to move on to my 3rd tip. And the 3rd tip is use your regular cardstock, but you can add a little bit visual interest to it. I love this paper here, and these are 2 of my inspirational pages here. I only have a little bit of this really pretty foil paper, but I wanted to tie in that theme of the polka dots throughout. So I got out a stencil from my stash that looked a little bit like that snowfall and used it with my Tim Holtz Distress ink in some similar colors. Peacock feathers and festive berries is what I use, and my mini inker. And I just created some subtle dots after I put the pages together to give a little bit of that hint of interest so that the paper wouldn't look so plain. So here's an up close look at that. And in places, it almost gives like a bokeh effect. So that is one way to use up your plain cardstock, but give it a little bit more pop without having to spend the time of making your entire background. You only want it in those places where it's showing that you want a little bit more visual interest. It also tied in my little mini hearts here with the gold foil. Sorry, I'm off camera. A little bit of the gold foil here with the little subtle pattern in the background. I carried that over on the cutouts, as you can see. Just took it, laid it over, lightly pounced it. In many cases, I didn't even need to re-ink it. And again, we have that little subtle bokeh effect. Ties it together. Tip number 4 is I went into my stash and I used some of this flocking powder that I've had for ages. I'm surprised it hasn't dry rotted. Hey Sonia, on the dry rot. got my multi-matte medium out and I put it in a fine tip and went over my cutout, and I went over the B, the U, and the P with the hydrangea color from Recollections. This one is Snow, which is the white, and the blue is called Horizon. And then I covered my mittens as well. Wanted to give it a little bit more texture and tie it into the other cutout over here. Baby, it's cold outside, so got to have our warm mittens. And so that helped. The flocking for the hydrangea jet color did not show up very well on the dark blue. So now that it's completely dry, I'm just going to go over it with the matte medium again, multi-medium again, and sprinkle it with white first, and then come back and sprinkle a little bit of that hydrangea over it, and it'll give it a little bit more pop. Tip number 5 is that I'm taking tags that I've had, and this is from Christmas, from Craftsmith. I think I got these from the clearance section on, I think it was Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one of the two. Don't quote me on that, but it had to be one of the two of those. And I love it because it had that foil pattern, which it is here. You can see that with the pink and the hearts. What I did was I took my Winka Stella in the pink color, and I just took it and I colored over it, so we have a little bit more of the shimmer. And this is dark pink from Winka Stella, and that's number 027. And I use that to layer, cut the tags in half and use that to layer, so that I have that little gold foil peeking out in my little journaling sections. And for number 6, thanks for hanging with me to the end. Number 6, what I did was, for your bonus, I went into my stash and found some tape that was already double-sided that I got as a giveaway in a booth when I was at Scrapbook Expo. And I took it and I simply found a die cut on one of my thinlits, and I ran it through and repeated the pattern and used that to create a little bit more dimension, some more shimmer, and tie in that pink color on my page. So there you go. You have your 5 tips and your 1 bonus tip. Thanks for hanging with me to the end of the video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. God bless, and you all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.